from barriers to breakthroughs. Now that is the kind of resilient spirit every refugee child that I've had the privilege to meet carries within their hearts. Now I want all of you to take a moment, close your eyes and imagine. Imagine being a young refugee, spending a normal Saturday afternoon with your family at home. Suddenly, you hear the sounds of explosions and gunfires outside, forcing your family to grab whatever that they can carry and flee as quickly as possible. You leave behind your friends, your family, your neighborhood, and everything familiar to you, overcome by fear and confusion as you search for safety. You go on boats, cross borders, stepping into an unknown country, not knowing what lies ahead of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to take a moment and reflect, because this is the reality of many refugee children around the world. So a little bit about me. I'm Kavita Sanglish, a trainee clinical psychologist and the founder and advocate of Stand with Refugees Malaysia. I advocate for the mental health, nutritional, as well as educational well-being for refugee children in Malaysia. Apart from that, I'm extremely honored to be speaking on the TEDx platform and sharing my message with all of you today. So ladies and gentlemen, as of end of June of 2024, there are approximately 190,000 refugees and asylum seekers registered with the United Nations High Commissioners for Refugees in Malaysia. And shockingly, out of which there are 53,225 who are children below the age of 18. Now, who are refugees? Refugees are individuals who are forced to flee their country due to war or persecution or even natural disasters, and they seek safety in other countries or even nearby countries as well. So they undergo various different challenges in life, especially refugee children. They face all sorts of challenges that we can't even imagine going through. Some of the challenges that they face are limited access to formal education, safety and security concerns, limited access to basic needs, lack access to proper nutrition and affordable healthcare, as well as mental health issues and emotional trauma. And this can be very daunting for them because their struggles does not begin the moment they step into a new country, but it automatically begins from the moment that they flee their homes. They go through all sorts of safety and security concerns the moment they cross borders, the moment they step into an unknown country, not knowing what the future has for them. And apart from that, they also face a lot of challenges in terms of accessing formal education. And I would like to share with all of y'all, since the beginning of my journey of contributing to refugees and working alongside with them, I realized that many of these children have so much of potential in them. However, they are unable to move forward because of the lack of opportunities given to them. And this is because I've noticed that many refugee centers actually have a lot of students crammed up in one class. So just imagine, you'll be 7 years old, or 8 years old, or even 17 years old, and you're all studying in one classroom. So this challenge has been very difficult when I spoke to several of the older children because they have to adapt to a newer environment, which is quite challenging for them. And having to share their classrooms with the younger children, having to slow down their progress in their education is a huge setback. However, it is important for us as a society to come together to support these refugee children, because let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, refugees are around us more than you think they are. In fact, the moment I started contributing to refugees, I've noticed that they are actually around KL, even Klang, and even Subang Jaya, where we are at now. Apart from that, they really welcome us to contribute for their betterment, and they look forward for us to help them, to uplift them, and to uplift their spirits so that they can progress in life and receive opportunities as well. So one of the things that we do at Stand With Refugees to help them gain confidence and rewrite their own narrative, as well as to break the stereotypes that comes along with refugee children, which is people may perceive them as being helpless or maybe not having that much skills in life. However, through this talk, I will tell you about the numerous amount of capabilities and talents that these children possess. So at Stand With Refugees, we have this very interesting activity which is called Expressive Art Activity. And the role of expressive art in supporting refugee children is that it provides an outlet for expression and emotional healing, and it also boosts self-esteem and self-confidence. And it also allows these children to explore their goals and ambitions. So this is the healing through expressive art activity that we actually conduct at Stand With Refugees Malaysia. So what we do is that we empower these children to actually reflect on their past, to process the difficult emotions that they had regarding their past, and to also state and draw something that they like about the present moment, which is about something that they like about being in Malaysia, and also something that they would like to look forward to the future. So these are the three segments that we actually empower the children to draw out creatively and to express their unexpressed emotions. And you'll be very, very, very surprised to see what type of talents and expressions that these young children have. So as you can see here, I would like to share the stories of these wonderful refugee children. So Ruth, who is 16 years old, she actually drew a picture that she foresee herself in the future, which is, she says, I aspire to become a Miss Universe Myanmar someday and empower young girls in my country. Apart from that, Rose, who is 16 years old, says she aims to promote world peace and unity and spread positivity, which is very inspiring, as you can see in both of their drawings. And this activity, which is the expressive art activity, is not only limited to the older children, but it is also capable for the younger children to express themselves. And as you can see, through this activity, Hannah has discovered that she wants to become a teacher when she grows up, and she's only 5 years old. Apart from that, Lily, who is 9, says she wants to become a doctor to help her family and friends and go back to Myanmar and contribute to the society. And she's only 9 years old. Apart from that, we have Gay Awi, who is 17 years old, and she says that she aims to become a successful businesswoman in the future. And a very interesting story of this young boy who is actually just 14 years old, and he mentioned that, I'm not so sure what I want to do in the future, but just like an old tree, I will stand strong, do my best, and keep growing, which is very inspiring. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of resilience, determination, and the kind of potential that every refugee child has within them. This activity has truly broken their stereotype, because even I was truly surprised to see the remarkable artwork that they have presented, the kind of ambitions and goals that they have within their life, that despite the challenges that they face, they still want to become somebody in life, to contribute to society, and to become a better version of them. So I want you to take inspiration from these children and see how that they have rewrite their narrative if we give a little bit of opportunity and support from them. So imagine if each and every one of us can contribute for the well-being of refugee children. Imagine the kind of growth that these children can bring to the world. Apart from that, I would like to emphasize on the role of advocacy in supporting refugee children, at least in Malaysia, since we're all residing here. The power of advocacy. Advocacy allows us to stand for the causes that we are passionate about, and it allows us to raise awareness and provide resources in any big or small way. It also allows us to facilitate life skills, personal growth and development for these children, and also instill a sense of hope and empowerment. Now, at Stand With Refugees, the way we rewrite the narrative for these lovely children and facilitate their growth so that they reach their potential and break the stereotypes surrounding them is through the activities that we conduct, such as personal growth workshops, healing through expressive art sessions, raising awareness, as well as interactive games and many more. And you'll be very, very surprised that these children have so much to offer within them. At our Refugee Empowerment Workshop, we teach children to not be afraid of failure and to see every obstacle as a stepping stone to success. Because anybody deserves a success story. And this is something that we empower and tell these children, that no matter what challenges you go through, you have the power to rewrite your own story and to come up in life, just as how many successful refugees have done and impacted the whole world. Apart from that, we also conduct health and nutrition talk for their benefits and cultural celebrations such as Malaysia Day, whereby we teach these children and introduce the cultures of Malaysia and promote diversity and inclusivity and encourage children to embrace their uniqueness, to embrace who they are, and to be proud of inclusivity as well as diversity. We also were quite surprised to see that these young children have so much to offer, and the kind of games that we played during our childhood, such as the Batu Seremban, were also similar games that refugee children play during their childhood. And they were so surprised and so happy to reconnect with that, something that us Malaysians and Myanmar refugees have in common, which is the games during our childhood. And these cultural celebration and Malaysia Day help them to adapt to the cultures of Malaysia and to embrace the uniqueness that we have, such as the food, the culture, the beautiful attires, and they have been super happy to embrace and adapt and to treat Malaysia like their second home. Apart from that, we also conduct life skills and empowerment workshops as well as education programs for them, because education is the key to success. Rewriting the narrative. So what can we learn from the stories of resilience of these refugee children? Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these children have taught me three main things. Number one, no matter what you go through in life, always be determined to succeed and determined to go after your goals and dreams, because it doesn't matter from where you start. All that matters is how far you go ahead with perseverance and determination. And that being my second point, which is to persevere. to be determined. No matter how many challenges come your way, take everything as a learning process and go forward with determination. And number 3, to believe in yourself, and most importantly, to know your strengths and capabilities. And last but not least, which I would definitely like to share with all of you, is that these children live every moment to their fullest happiness and with full of hope despite going through a lot of challenges in life. And that is something we adults can learn from these children. So I'd like to say that you have the power to inspire change and make a difference in the life of refugees. You have the power to contribute and to volunteer and to contribute in any big or small way just to make a difference and to have an impact in these young children's lives. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how big or small your contributions are, you will feel incredibly proud and humbled to see the kind of progress, the kind of ways that you give these children to rewrite their own narrative, and the kind of opportunities, big or small, the way you can help them to break their own stereotypes, because these children have remarkable talents and so much potential in them, only if we give them the opportunities that they truly deserve. I would like to end it with this quote, which truly resonates with me, which is, by making a difference in the lives of refugees, you give wings to every child, uplifting their dreams to rise beyond barriers. Thank you so much. Terima kasih, Malaysia.